Greetings in the name of the Most High. Yes, welcome back. This is episode 9 of the Active Thoughts Podcast. Welcome, greetings. Go, like always, go click like, go subscribe. Just go on YouTube and press the Active Thoughts Podcast. And then you're going to see it, and then you're going to like it, subscribe it, please. You know what I'm saying? Help a brother out, right? So I haven't been on for probably like a week. I took like a week off, whatever. But you know what I'm saying? Because my body was just telling me, just relax, just stay to yourself, whatever. And I'm like mentally, I'm in the house and I'm just like thinking to myself. And then you know, sometimes you could get in this moment. I'm a Scorpio. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
Go get him, daddy.
I'm gonna get him, baby. Yeah. So the Scorpio is in me. I have like, they call it mood swings, but it's not really mood swing. It's just that we get to a space where we just wanna like mentally just like disappear, and then we just be like that to ourselves. Sometimes we just stick to ourselves. If you're a Scorpio, you understand, and other signs do that too. But you got to listen to your body sometimes, because mental health is a big thing. You can't force nothing in your life, because it makes you feel like you blocked. It makes you feel like you trapped. So I don't want to feel trapped sometimes. So I just want to just like clear my head. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's by myself, whether it's playing my my game on my phone, or whether it's just me binge watching a movie and just take my mind off of whatever I'm going through, or my family going through, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we have to do that. Because the other day something happened with, I don't know if this is a norm, that this dude, and I don't even know the full story, but I think he was in Wisconsin, and he just killed his kid, his child mother, and then he was shooting at the cops and telling the cops, "Yo, y'all gonna kill me because I'm not gonna kill myself. Y'all gonna kill me." And I guess he shot somebody else. It's like a lot of people, they go like social media, and sometimes that's why I stay off social media as well. You know, I'll probably post something, but don't really go on social media. I'm not scrolling. I'm not doing nothing. I'm not checking my phone. I'll probably post something because something come to my head, and so it don't stay in my head. So I just post it, whatever. But at the same time, you know, social media is like, is you go into this twilight zone, and then you just lose yourself. And a lot of times people see things, people watch things, and they don't even, I don't know, I don't think they know what's real and what's fake. You know, they can't distinguish what's reality and what's fantasy. And social media, everybody think is reality when it's not. You know, so sometimes I just stay off of social media, and put down my phone and just binge watch a movie and stuff like that, and just stay away. You know, because this dude, I don't know what a person's going through, but he said a prayer. Obviously, he's in touch with God, whatever, because he said a prayer. He asked God for forgiveness, and he wasn't. I don't want to use the word crazy. He didn't have like serious issues, because he definitely didn't injure his child. You know, he made sure his child was safe before he talked about, my child is gonna stay with his grandparents. He has great grandparents and stuff like that. Like situations like that is tough, you know, because yes, you never know what somebody is going through, and you don't want to push nobody over the edge. But in those type of instances, it's just like, yo, come on, what are you thinking about? Because that's not the end or be all. You understand? I'm like, no matter what you're going through in life, you know what I'm saying? To like, when you kill yourself, or especially when you kill somebody else, you know, you're causing a lot of pain and a lot of hurt, you know, because now no matter what you say, you know what I'm saying, you didn't harm the child, but now the child has to grow up knowing that my daddy killed my mother. You understand? So now you're just traumatizing that child. And it's like, it's a there's no wins out of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't harm the child, but now everybody's looking at your child different. Your child probably get teased or whatever, and then now you don't have a mother and you don't have a father. So now it's like what's going on in y'all head? Like, y'all don't think past the moment. You know what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of people do stuff on impulse, but you have to sit down and you gotta think for the future. You know, so that's what I want to talk about, right? That's what I want to talk about. Right? So the next thing I want to talk about is, are you single because the person that you want don't want you? Okay. What that means is that what that means is that sometimes we have an ideal person that we have in our that we might desire or we might want in our life, and maybe that person is in a relationship, maybe that person just don't want us, or maybe that person is just, you know what I'm saying, just not interested, or whatever the situation is, and then maybe we trying to talk to that person and that person just don't see us, right? So sometimes it's like we want to be with somebody, but that's the we only picking that person to be with, and sometimes that is, this was a conversation somebody he sent me to act. Well, somebody asked me to talk about, and it was actually something on somebody's YouTube, whatever, not YouTube, on somebody's real, whatever, and they was talking about it. But we have to really, you know what I'm saying, know what we want in life, because sometimes a relationship is not just for you. A relationship is for both parties. So you have to really consider the other party. So when you can't force yourself to be in a relationship, and sometimes the person might not want to be in a relationship, or vice versa, or you might not want to be in a relationship, but you can't force a relationship because one of y'all is gonna end up hurt. So we gotta really be careful what we put ourselves into, because if I'm desiring somebody else and I'm talking to this person, now I'm misleading, like now I'm leading this person on. And you don't want to go through that, because now that person becomes hurt because of something you did. Don't put nobody I don't put nobody in that situation. If you don't want to be with somebody, just don't be with somebody. If you're going to be with somebody, just wholeheartedly be with somebody. And so that's something that we got to consider, right? So now the next topic that what I'm talking about is going to be, what does it mean to date, right? So somebody asked me, what does it mean to date? Well, in this day and age, dating is nothing, because you could be talking to 1,000 people and you call yourself dating. So what do you do in an instance where you're dating, right? What do you do, right? Because are you, because I seen this clip where a girl was talking about how she's dating. She was giving the advice to the ladies, like, if you're dating, don't concentrate on one dude, concentrate on multiple dudes, you know what I'm saying, and then just get your rocks off, whatever. So I don't know, I don't agree with that. And if you're dating, I guess it's complicated, right? But I don't really agree with that, because at the end of the day, like, if you're not concentrating on one person, how you gonna give that person your all? How is that person's gonna upgrade you to the next level, whether or not, whether you want to be exclusive, whether you want to engagement, whether you want marriage, you know what I'm saying? So if you're dating somebody, you know what I'm saying, at least concentrate on that person. If y'all talking, I guess the talking stage is the stage where y'all just getting to know each other, and then you seeing where y'all stand. But when you really give that person a chance, really, you should really give that person a chance, because now you can't concentrate on another person, and then I don't know how to do it. I can't give too many people my time. I've never been like that, and I don't know how to do it. So if I'm dating somebody, I try to concentrate on you and you only. You know what I'm saying? But let's be honest with ourselves, right? Sometimes we dating somebody, and then people catch our eyes, whatever the case may be. But you have to learn to concentrate on the person that you're talking to, because at the end of the day, if you really want that to work, because you have, what's the goal, right? If you're dating somebody, what's the goal? If the goal is to get with the person, then you have to concentrate on that person, and go forward. If you're concentrating on everybody else, you're not giving that person your time, and you're not giving that person the everything that they need to see how far y'all could go, right? So that's one of the stuff that I was talking about. And as well as when you're dating somebody, you just got to make sure that the pressure is not on, right? Because there's no rush in dating, right? So you can't date somebody and then you get into this moment where it's all pressure. You know what I'm saying? Like you skipping stages. You know, you have to date somebody, get to know them, see what they're about, and go from there. Because at the end of the day, if you put too much pressure on the person, or if you put too much on pressure on yourself, you're gonna end up being hurt because now the person is the person has to be in the same mindset as you, and the person has to be like on the same um um platform as you are. Because if you put pressure on the person now, because I've somebody told me a situation with them where the person that they was dating felt like, yo, we skipped every single stage of our dating, and end up telling the person that, yo, they didn't really want to claim nobody. And that will be hurtful to the person that you're dating, because now I'm thinking that we're sharing so much together, and then you telling me that's not what you want. That's why I say, yo, don't put pressure on the person that you're talking to. Let them Give them some breathing room. Let them give you some breathing room, and take your time to grow. Take your time to get to know a person, because at the end of the day, y'all have all the time in the world. If y'all want each other, y'all have all the time in the world. And is time is irrelevant, but y'all can share so much, and build a foundation and build a bond that is unbreakable. But if you're pressed to build a bond that you didn't generally build, or or then now if is on it's you building it on sand. You're not building the greatest foundation. So that's the issue, as far as like when you dating somebody. Don't put no pressure on that person, and don't let that person put no pressure on you. Take your time, take a step back, and just realize what you want. And if you want it for the long term, then y'all should just basically take it a day at a time, instead of putting pressure on each other. Because and you got to know what the person want. If the person don't want certain things long term, then you know that person ain't for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a person, I'm dating to if I'm dating to get married. Because I want to be married, I want to have a family, I want wife and kids, and I want to come home to my wife and kids, and I want to have a beautiful, lovely relationship. And you can't have that with everybody. We got to be real with ourselves. We can't have that with everybody. So when you dating a person, that's the stage where you see the person flaws. You see what the person is doing right. Where you see what the person is doing wrong. You can't rush. You can't rush the steps. Because it's just like cooking. When you cooking, if you turn the fire high, you're gonna burn part of your food, and the other part of your food is not gonna cook well, and some part is gonna be burnt. This part is not gonna be cooked well. So you have to put it on medium and take your time and slowly cook it. Like, if you cook an oxtail, we all know, if those that cook oxtail, if you cook an oxtail, some people put it in a pressure cooker, and some people cook it manually. We know what the pressure cooker is. It forces it to be cooked like that, but ain't there's nothing like cooking certain food manually, and taking your time with the slow burn, because oxtail take hours to cook. So once you're doing that, it tastes better. You get a better quality of food. It's nice and tender, etc. But if you try to force it, you're gonna eat rubber, basically, right? So we have to just go about our date in a certain way, and just get to know each other better, and don't put no pressure on nobody. I'm not Don't be out there just talking to Tom, Dick, and Harry. What I'm saying? Just because you saying that y'all dating, but at the end of the day, just between you and the person, just take your time. All right. Okay, we're gonna talk about monogamy, not monogamy. I'm saying I say monogamy because monogamy is a big thing right now. I saw a lot of things that where now females is talking about they having two, three husbands, whatever, and I don't know, right? I don't know. I can't vouch for that, because that's not. I know we talking about norm and abnormality, but a woman with two husbands, you know, what's the end game? What's the like? What do you what? You know what I'm saying? The reason for monogamy back then was because the guy was the wealthier person and taking care of the female, right? So the females was used to stay at home and be the housewife, and society has this thing now where we're changing definitions of everything because it because we want to, right? We're changing the definition of things because it pleases us, and versus what it originally is and what it stands for, right? So back in the days when you had like certain tribes or whatever had polygamous relationship, that's because the husband was the breadwinner, the caretaker, the breadwinner, and the woman was the caretaker. That they take care of the babies, they take care of home, and the husband go out and hunt, whatever the case may be, or take care of everything they need to take care of that the woman and the family had it when he came home, right? So now when you turn that role, when you reverse that role, now you have a female with two husbands. Y'all just now it's just a perversion. Like y'all just looking for a fun time. Yeah, why? Right? Like you got to ask yourself, why have that? All right, what's the result? Why you need it? And you know what I'm saying, because I'm not a polygamous person, but I understand, right? So as a female with two dudes, like what's the outcome? What's the end game? What's the goal? Right? So now you have two dudes. Are you taking care of the two dudes? Or is it something that y'all just have a sexual relationship with? So what's the goal? What's the goal for it? Right? Back then, the polygamous relationship, it was an end goal. It was like it serves the purpose of the household. So if so now I can have sex with two girls and you know who the father is. You can have sex with two guys and now you're confused. So think about certain things, right? So we gonna what I meant to talk about was threesome, right? So this is another thing that they changing the title for threesomes or are two female and a man. That's the original definition for it. Especially when you was having it back in the days, women wasn't didn't have like it's just like the Bill of Rights or the whatever, right? When the forefathers wrote the Declaration of Independence, whatever, it wasn't meant for black people. Yes, we're trying to change it, but it wasn't meant for us. We know the original definition for it. We're trying to change the definition, but we know the definition for it. Just like the threesome, the definition for the threesome basically falls under two women and one guy, right? And you're having a party, unless you having a party, and it's like a pleasure party where it's like mad different couples are involved or whatever. But the threesome itself is two women and one guy, and the threesome with two guys and one woman. That's not a definition of threesome, just because of the simple fact that if the guys are touching or interacting, then you probably like a guy that like guys, and I guess modern day females stay away from that. So if you like that, whatever floats your boat. But no regular guy or heterosexual guy is having a threesome with you. They barely want to be in the same room together. And if they definitely not in the same room together, then it's definitely not a threesome. Like I'm gonna play a clip where what's her name? AJ Johnson. AJ Johnson was talking about a threesome. She had a threesome. She spoke about how she had a threesome with. Well, she didn't really call it a threesome. She just said she had two dudes. She had two dudes in her bed. Let me see if I could.
It's very normal for like threesomes when it's two women and a man. But do you think we'll ever come to a place in society where it'll be like a threesome is two men and a woman, and they'll be okay with that?
No.
What does that mean?
I mean,
though?
for some men they do it, but again, it's just to them is a train. It's not a threesome.
But even for women, a lot of women will never do that.
Yeah, when they ask me, they're like, would you do a threesome? I'm like, yeah, bring in, let me pick the guy. They're like, wait, what? Yeah.
I get so mad.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
I mean, honestly,
Let
I've
me pick
only
the
done
guy.
that.
Oh.
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, she said
And
she done that.
Two
and
men?
they
To what she
two
said.
men, and they traded off. It was like they were friends, and they traded off. It's the best 50th birthday ever.
Yes.
Okay,
So
and
now,
they traded off. So it was never like them together.
Together. Okay.
It was like
See,
they were flip flopping me. You know, one would please me, then he'd pass me to the other, and one would kiss
so she said,
me, and then he'd spin me around for the other.
Yeah,
It
Did that
was
feel
like a
powerful?
beautiful dance. Oh my
Nah.
goodness.
right? So now that is not a threesome. That is a gangbang, or not. I wouldn't even say use. I don't want to use the word gangbang. It don't sound politically correct, but that's more of a train, right? So I hit it, and then I give it to you. You do what you do, and I like we just going back and forth with you, and both of us is hitting you at the same time or whatever, but none of us is interacting. So that's not a circle. You know what I'm saying? That is a square, right? You on one corner, you on one corner, I'm on one corner, and then obviously you in the middle, right? That obviously you could tell what that is. That is not a threesome. A threesome is a triangle where we going, right? We going, right? It's us together. We all interacting, right? And then that's all I can say about it. But I don't know. To each is his own. If you could call it a threesome, and most females wouldn't even would probably find that like disgusting, right? But I'm not saying it is. To each is his own. You could do whatever you want, but most female wouldn't allow two guys to do it. You know what I'm saying? And as a guy that had two girls, um, on multiple occasions, like what two occasions, and it was underrated, right? It was overrated. I mean, it was really overrated, and it's just like it's just too much going on at the same time, and it's just trying to deal with one, trying to deal with the other touching. You know what I'm saying? If you watching somebody touch each other, that's one thing too, and then it's overrated, right? Any guy that has it will tell you that it's overrated. So yeah, so that was the topics that I wanted to have. We're going into the 22-minute mark. I'm trying to just keep the podcast a little bit short, but those are the little things that I want to talk about. You can give me suggestion. You could comment. You could tell me what you want to talk about. You could, you know what I'm saying? You criticize, whatever. Just let me know what you think about it, and we're gonna go from there. And well, I'm happy that you came. I'm happy that you took the time out to listen. I appreciate you. Continue to listen. If I'm doing something right, let me know what I'm doing right. If I'm doing something wrong, let me know what I'm doing wrong. Constructive criticism, because I want to continue to give y'all content, and I want to, you know what I'm saying, because I know the longer that I speak on this is the more comfortable that I get. Sometimes the first few minutes I just get a little, you know what I'm saying, a little nervous, not so much nervous, but I'm only talking to myself. So I'm gonna have some guests, and I've done the live on my Instagram, so you could also look out for that on my Instagram. You could go follow me if you haven't followed me before. It's so active 423 on Instagram. So I've done live podcasts, but you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to have guests. You know what I'm saying? So soon I'm gonna be sitting across from a guest, and then we're gonna communicate that way, because sitting by myself talking to the camera, it's cool, but I want to interact with people. I want to see. I just don't want to give my opinion. I want to get the opinion of others. So yeah, then we go from there. So that's it. So this is the episode 9, a quick episode 9. I got him, baby. So a quick episode 9 of the Active Thought Podcast. See you next time. I'm gonna try not to be so long. I'm gonna try to just give you a little bit, even if it's a 15-20 minute video. So thank you for coming, thank you for liking it, thank you for subscribing, and thank you for watching. Love y'all all. Be safe.